there, folks. Time to do one that falls on the heels of the one I just did on the last lesson. Same key, in the key of A. We're also going to be doing a D and E, but they're both going to be sevenths and ninths. So if you don't know those, of course I'll show them to you. I'll get up close so you can actually see what this will entail. So here's what we're going to be learning. And so on. So if that interests you, stick around. If not, give it a big thumbs down. I know somebody goes to every one of my videos and does that. I watch them. Anyway, so we're going to be using a bar chord for an A. Okay, typical bar chord. You can use a pick on this. I do it quite often as well, so it is 100% doable without losing any of these notes. Okay, so I'm hitting the G note, 3rd fret low E, sliding it into the bar chord. You don't have to do any of this stuff. Learn what you will and throw the rest away. Okay, so I'm grabbing the low E a couple times. Then I'm grabbing the E and the G strings, taking the middle finger off, hammering it on. High E and the low E. Pinky grabs the 8th fret of the B string, and then high E and low E again. So we have okay, so I just flatten that out, covering up the B and G string. And depending on how lucky your old lady is, maybe you have a left hand middle finger that can do the diddling. Okay, so same thing again, and then a nice pinky thing. Okay, so that's taking the pinky going up to the 7th fret on the high E. You hear me grabbing this low E string there, hitting the A a lot. Okay, my faux pas. So again, 7 and 8, and going back to 7 and pulling it off so it'll hit the 5th fret on the high E. So same thing on the B string. So we have that hammer on again on the G string. Okay. Complete your bar chord. Okay. Time for a chord change. We can interchange two different chords. First, I like to grab like a regular C chord, move it up 2 frets, and then we're going to make a 7th out of it. Actually, we're making more than that out of it, but put your pinky on the 5th fret. And you're hearing the E string ringing out. just a slide up to it. Okay, if you want to put it in. That E in there is the second note in the scale. If we're in D, which we are there. So that E note is a second. Since we have a seventh, if you take 7 and add it to that second, that makes for a ninth. So we're actually playing a D add 9. That works out as well if you happen to put a fourth, a G note in there with it, with the seventh. 7 plus 4 equals 11. You'd have a D11 chord. If you put a 6 with it, you'd have 7 plus 6. That makes a 13th chord. That's how that works. Some people say, no, that's cheating. No, but we all end up with the same chord when I use my 7th plus a 2 equals 9 or 11 or 13. Okay? Just a little lesson for you there. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so we can use this chord and just picking through it back to where we were. Whatever you want to do. Okay, there I let everything up and went. Because our D string is the 7th as well. Okay, and then you can use this exact same formation that we did with the D add 9, just move it up to 2 frets more. Now your high E string is the same as your B string at the 5th fret. So that's just a straight E7. I'm sure you saw the move. Each fret back down to that. As soon as you hit the A again, I like to use the ZZ Top move, which is on the high E and the D string. Okay, you got a pinky on the high E and your first finger on the D string. Yeah, it's important you do it this way because it's a stretch in a second. So D string, then E string. Okay. Okay, it's just a cool turnaround. In the same chords we did. Going up that way. Typical blues stuff. Now, totally interchangeable is a 9th chord. You can go back and see that I changed on purpose from these chords to 9th chords. Why? Because they sound the same except for the high strings. And then you can do different stuff with those high strings. Okay, so after the A chord, cool stuff to be had there. So those that don't know the 9th, we are at the 5th fret on the A, 4th on the D, then we bar across the 5th fret over the G, B, and E. And we can go up 2 frets. I'm hitting E and B, and then B and G, and then D and G. For the E, up 1 fret, back, okay, that was a regular turnaround lick, going up to 9 and 9 on the G and E. I'm sliding up on the G string a half step back. Okay, so 9 and 9, 8 and 8, 7, 7. Okay, that's 6 and 5. Everything's on the G and the E. Okay, and of course that's using the 9th chords instead of the 7ths. Okay, interchange them. Okay, so you saw me change them from the 7ths to the 9ths. Just constantly right there, just to prove to you that we can do that. Okay, so that is the gist of the lesson. I know some of you guys won't catch on to this right away, but that is how she goes. Okay, again, rewind, 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 and again, right on the lowest string you have, which currently is the E string. That's the only thing I didn't show you. Going up one more fret is all up to the 8th. So 8, 7, 5, 7, then hammer on your middle finger. Okay, so that's kind of a cool thing. I've taught it before, real recently, so those who are regular visitors have learned that one. Okay, so that's basically it. I don't need to probably play through these anymore. It's a easy lesson, but with some fancy pinky work, which is about it. And your diddle. Okay, one time, last one, I went up and did, that's simply an A7 up here on the G, B, and E at 9, 8, and 9, starting back one fret. Then the 4th chord, back one fret is all to 8, 7, and 8. Back to the 1 chord. Okay, just something else to add. So I hope you enjoyed it. I did. And as always, I'm groovy. Hope you guys are groovy too. And I'll catch you on the next lesson. Been pumping out tons of these. I think over 60 lessons in the past 2 weeks, including the shorts. Did 50 short videos. Make sure you catch those. They're all country stuff. And then started doing some more semi-long form videos again. If you have requests for some kind of a video, please let me know. Otherwise, I don't know what you're looking for. Don't request actual songs because copyright stuff, and Scotty don't get any 3 cents off of the video when 300 people only watch it, okay? But the requests on what type of stuff you would like to figure out, I'd be happy to teach it. So anyway, once again, stay groovy. For those who speak Spanish, yeah, you can read the hat. For those who don't, it's cool. So later on, kids. Bye-bye.